Alrighty. So, hey, Tony here, Random Adventures 2.0. Oh, 2.0. What are we doing? Well, we're hammock camping because that's what we do. All right. So, man, it's hot. I got to get the tarp out and everything because it's going to rain. And I don't think we got a whole lot of time before it starts raining, but it's supposed to be a quick thunderstorm. I think it's going to blow over. So, but we got to get set up. All right. Here we go. So I'm looking at this tree right here and that tree right over there. But let me get this backpack off and get set up. All right, we're gonna put our trekking poles over here. Yeah, so this is looking like a good spot to get set up. So we've got plenty of stuff to tie to and everything. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. And first thing we want to do is get our tarp set up because I don't know how quick that thunderstorm's coming, but it's pretty blue skies up there. I do see clouds, but I checked the radar. It's running, and it should be here probably in about 2 hours, but we'll see. All right. So we're going to use the continuous ridge line from Dutchware and the snake skin that we have. Oh, you know what? I don't feel too many yet, but we're going to go ahead and get this fired up in a little bit, but I got to get that tarp set up first. All right, so we got to look for the one end. Oh, I got it all strapped in here. There we go. All right. Ridge line out. We're just gonna pull the snake skin back to get the tarp out, and then we're gonna string the tarp up out to the side, and then we can adjust it once we get the hammock set up. But I think this is right where this is at. This is looking like this might be the perfect spot. So we got one corner left. So as a lot of you know that watch the channel, I came up with this way to keep my cords on the tarp from tangling, and I just make a loop out of the tarp, and then I twist this around it and then stick it through the little hole here, and so my end I can always just grab it and then unravel it, and keeps the guy lines from tangling all the time. Since I've been doing that, I've never had a tangled guy line. Yeah, there it is. All right, let's run this one out. All right, so that's our last guy line. So we've got the tarp set up a little different. We kind of got it going out this way high, but on the back side we've got it dropped down. So I've got a guy line tied low over there to that tree, and then right there where my trekking poles are, you can see I've got another guy line there that's low. That's on the, I'm gonna call that the right side. And then on the left side, I've got it lifted up and I got it tied off in 3 spots. I got 1, 2, and then one running all the way over there to that tree. So that gives me enough room to stand up and walk around underneath here. Look at that. All right, so we gotta get our backpack under here, and I'm gonna pull out that ONEWIND backpack cover because it is supposed to rain. I'll probably set that up so I can access it maybe right over there. It can be outside of the tarp because it keeps it dry. All right, let me get that. All right, and then I also want to collect some twigs. I'll probably break them off of dead trees, lower branches around, so that and we'll get that piled up underneath the tarp too, because I think I want to have a little fire later, and if it rains, we're gonna have everything wet, like stuff that's laying on the ground right now. You can see that that's soaked. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so this has corners. You can stake it down. So we're just going to stake this down. I didn't the last time because it wasn't windy, but I think this time we're supposed to get some wind when it rains. But it says 5 to 15 mile an hour, so just in case. Yeah, imagine that. We're in Pennsylvania and I can push them stakes in the ground. So this has got a lot of soft ground right here, which is not typical of Rocksylvania. All right, so I'm gonna leave that closed because we don't need it yet. It's not raining, but later on tonight it'll be ready. We'll just unzip it. It unzips on 3 sides. And then we stick our bag in it and cover it back up, and that's where it'll sit all night long. All right. So, what's next? I think we should set our hammock up. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should use 2 different. Yeah. No, I think we're going to go with the same thought that we had. We're going to keep our hammock and stuff back this way. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. All right, I got the ridge line set, so hammock's all up. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a sit, see how this feels. All right, yeah. Oh, I'll pull it under my knees. Ah, there we go. Oh my, this is comfy. Yeah, it's gonna be a good place to lay. I've got to get the bug net strung out. Now this ONEWIND hammock, this is the area 11-foot hammock with mosquito net. Now, because mosquitoes are around, I see them, but they're not biting me. For some reason, they don't like my blood. I believe I'm AB positive, and they don't seem to like AB positive blood, which is okay with me. So we've got a prusik here that we can hang our light on later, and then we've got our accessory bag by ONEWIND that's already on there. It comes on there. We can stick our phone in here, anything else, snacks, stuff like that. All right, so let me get out of this thing and I will get that bug net pulled across. Yeah, I like this way it's set up. It's not too high off the ground. It's pretty close to the ground. The ridge line is above my head. Now I adjusted it like that. If I loosen it up, I'll have less sag in this hammock. But I think this is going to be good. All right. Okay. Let me get out of here. Well, if I can. All right. Let's get that bug net put on. So one of the nice things about this bug net is it has a cinch shock cord at this end. So we're going to want to seal that up at this end. I am going to probably, I'll leave the stuff sack outside of it. That way I don't have it on the ridge line in there. And we'll climb in it here. I'll show you how we get in. So with the bug net, this mosquito net by ONEWIND, you just climb underneath of it. It's got this opening in the bottom, so it's a bottom entry. So one of the things that I did the last time that I was out on that last camp, I actually just sat in here in the with the bug net all around me and just hung out in here. But there you go. So when we're ready, oh, I see bugs flying around on the outside. Yeah, some flies are trying to get to me. Stay out. All right. Well, we got to get our table and our stool. Yeah, we got to get that stuff set up next. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, let me, before I get that stool out, let me show you what I do with the hammock. All right, so I take the hammock and the bug net, I roll it up. Now, if you had a snake skin for your hammock, you'd probably close it up, but what I want to do is I want to get it completely out of the way. So I've got this little tie here. It's just a flexible tie. I am going to go over top of our ridge line here. All right, just hang it there. This is like a twisty tie. And then I am just going to take our hammock and I'm going to just twist it right up in the air. So it's all out of the way while we're sitting in here. And yeah, we can just flip it up over, keep it up out of the way. So there you go. All right. So let me get that stool, and then we got to collect some twigs. Ooh, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm starting to hear some winds picking up. Yeah, all right. So we got our stool set up. We just got to get our table set up, and I'll do that. I'm probably not going to keep you on for that because that's a really easy table to set up. And I got to get some branches before it rains. So let me hurry up and do this, and then I'll go scavenge some branches. All right, I got our legume. Johnny D. Torres had sent us this little saw. Oh man, it's nice. So I'm going to go cut us some wood. I want to kind of gather it up underneath the tarp in case it does rain, because we don't want wet wood, right? So we're back from cutting our little bit of wood. So if you can see, that was only about 5 minutes, and it got incredibly dark in 5 minutes. I think that storm's coming. I'm going to get this put away. I'm going to get our bag. I'm going to just bring the bag underneath the tarp for now. All right. Yeah, so I got a little pile here. We don't need a lot, but I got some littler sticks here I'm going to break up. But we got our pile of twigs right here, and I think that will be good enough for a little fire later. Yeah, we don't need a lot. We don't need a big fire, but it's always nice to have a fire when you can. I think I hear it coming. So, man, we got our twigs just in time. All right, so just break up those couple. See if I can get a couple more. All right, so I'm just gonna pull out my food, and what are we having? Well, we've got a couple things. We've got dinner planned, and we have dessert. What are we having for dessert? I don't know if I should tell you or not. How about a Louisiana crunch cake? Yep, we're gonna have a Louisiana crunch cake, pineapple upside down cake, 2.0 style. All right. So I am going to go ahead and turn on the thermostat because it is raining and all the mosquitoes are going to try to get under this dry spot here. All right, so get my little non-skid thing out here and put that on the table, and then I've got to get my food out. I'll show you what we're having. All right, so I got the backpack right here next to me. Hammock and bug nets all up out of the way. Yeah, it's definitely starting to rain. Yeah, I can see it hitting the leaves over there and stuff. All right. Yeah, I don't know if it'll get raining harder, but all right. So something different. I have a dry lock bag. I bought 3 of them. Here's 2 of them. So this is our dinner bag, and this is our dessert bag. So they're dry bags. I like them. They keep everything stored for you. They clip. They're real fine material, but they're waterproof. So that's perfect. So I'm going to put dessert aside, and then I'm going to lay out what we're having for dinner. Here we go. Sun's poking out. I don't know if you can see that rainbow in front of our camp. Right there it is. Really cool. Oh, that's awesome. Not every day you get a rainbow and rain at camp. Yeah, I gotta push this water off this tarp up here. So I'm just using my trekking pole. Keep the water off the tarp. because we got it straight out, it's gonna collect water. But as long as we manage it, it'll be fine. And then if it's gonna be raining anymore tonight, we can always drop down. How cool is that rainbow? All right, well, sun's peeking on and off. I don't know how long it's gonna rain, but let me finish getting what we're having for dinner. We'll just go ahead and start cooking. All right, so here's what we're having. This is gonna be our base. This is a stir fry. It's a cup of noodles. Then we're gonna add to that corn. Yeah, so we're gonna have corn, and we're gonna have spicy Thai chili. So we're gonna add this wild caught tuna to it, and then we're not gonna add the whole bag, but we're gonna put cashews, salted whole cashews in there, and then we're also gonna do the mayo that we didn't eat the other day when we went out camping and had our Spam. We had Spam and pineapples in a wrap with cheese, but we never put the mayo in it because it didn't need it. But in this meal, we're going to stick it all right in this Ziploc bag. All right, so we're going to put it all in here, and we're going to cook it on here. But we got to get our kettle out, get some water heated up, and I got to get all this in the bag. All right, we'll talk to you in a minute. Yeah, I forgot my lighter, but that's okay, because I got my, this is the Bushcraft fire starter. This is my ferro rod, so I can easily get this started. So, like I said, we're going to get everything put in the bag. I want to get the water on, but you know what I'm going to do? Because this corn has liquid in it, I'm going to go ahead and use the corn and the liquid. I'm going to heat that up and use that as part of the water that I need for the noodles. All right, so I'll put that in the cup, fill the rest up with water that we need, and yeah, all right. All right, let's get our corn in there and some water. Yeah, I think this is going to be pretty good. We'll find out once we go to eat it. Yeah. All right, one nice thing is that Ziploc bag. That'll be our trash bag when we're all done. So we'll go ahead and get that going. And then I'll get the rest of the stuff in the bag while this water's heating up. So you can see I got one trekking pole up there just kind of going out so that that water doesn't collect as much on there. But it's pretty much slowed down to where, yeah, there it is. So I'm going to get it in the bag. I'll show you everything in the bag when it's all in the bag. I've never had one of these before. I'm kind of looking forward to trying it. Oh, a big ball. Ooh, boy, does that smell good. And water's almost ready. So I don't want it to boil, so I'm going to turn it down just a tad. There we go. All right, so I got everything in the bag. The cashews, the Thai chili tuna, and our stir fry, which is also, this is a sweet chili flavor. So, hey, it's got a theme to it. All right, so I even put the cashews. I've still got a lot of cashews left. I'm not going to put them all in there. That'll be a snack for later, so I'll make sure I lay that aside. Don't forget to eat them. All right. Get it mixed up nice and good. Now, I'm not putting any cheese in this at all, so we're not going to have cheese, which is okay. We don't always have to have cheese, even though I love cheese. All right. Oh, I spilled some of my noodles, some of my dry noodles. while I was mixing it. All right. Yep, that's definitely steaming. So let me pull that off and pour it in the bag. I'm going to pour all of the water in here. There's quite a bit, but I think that's good. You can see it in there. So we got the water in there. Oh, a couple pieces of corn left in the cup. I don't want that in my coffee. I never had coffee with corn in it before, but let's scrape out that corn. All right. All out of the cup and in the bag. All right. So let me seal that up a little bit. Now, I'm not going to seal it all the way up. So one of the things I want to do is just mix it around. It's not going to take long, but I always grab the bag like this, pull the opposite corner up to kind of get it into a point, and then I drop it right in my cup. Just like that. All right. And then let it sit there, get the top back on it, and let her cook. Raining anymore. Every once in a while, sprinkle. But I'm still under the edge of the tarp here, but I thought it'd be better for you to look that way into the woods instead of the back of the tarp or out the side. So this is about ready for our mayo. So I'm going to go ahead and put our mayo in and then give it a stir. And then we're going to eat. And I'll show you what it looks like. Smells good. Certainly does. So a lot of you know this is one of the 2.0 Ziploc bag meals for backpacking and camping, things like that. So it's a huge variety, but I like putting that tuna in there. And that Thai chili one looked pretty good. And that was only $1 for that. So that was pretty cheap. And I think it said 13 grams. I don't remember of protein. So we got our protein. I'm going to put 2 packets. Now, this is, I don't know if you noticed it, but it's Chick-fil-A mayonnaise. Miss 2.0 and I went there the other day, and I grabbed a couple extra packets for my sandwich. Ended up not using it, so I brought them along and put them in my camping pack. All right, so get that mixed down in there. All right, so this is not soupy. If I had a wrap, this would be perfect for a wrap. Oh, yeah, it would. Yeah. So if it's too soupy, just drink the liquid out of it. So with the Ziploc bag, you can see I always take and open it up real good, and that's where our Ziploc bag kind of keeps our cup clean, because we're going to use this for dessert. I got another cup, but I like this 750 ml one. All right. The moment of truth. Is it going to get the 2.0 approval? Yeah. All right. Did you see it? All right. Looks good. Smells good. Wow. And that tastes very, very good. So highly recommended it's got the 2.0 approval. All right. Man, that was a good first bite. Oh. The corn, definitely good adding that corn in there. And the cashews give it that crunch and a peanutty flavor, but not really peanut, cashewy. Yep. Yeah, good deal. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and, sit here and enjoy. I just checked the radar. It is raining more, but it's going to be a little south of us, so I don't think the one band is going to hit us. So we may be out of the rain for the whole night, because the rest of the night looks good. Even tomorrow looks good. So, yeah. So we don't got to rush out of here tomorrow. All right. All right, so we are all done eating. You can see I've already started putting the trash in our Ziploc bag. That was an awesome meal. I will definitely be doing that again. Right now, I think I'm just gonna, maybe I'll set up our fire area. I don't want to do it under the tarp. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe I'll set it up right over there, just outside of the tarp. Now we've got our fire maple grill. We'll go ahead and use that. We'll build our fire in that so we don't got to make a fire ring. That way when we're all done, we pack it out, and that's that. All right, I'll get started on that. Yep, so this is our fire maple backpacking grill. I've used this in the past, but if you're new to it, I'll show you how it is. It just comes in this little case. Very nice. Oh man, I love this thing. So you got the grate to cook on. You can see it's got stuff on it because I cooked on it. All right, but we're not going to use that. But it comes with 4 sides. Let me go ahead over here and I'll put it together. Well, maybe I'll put it together and I'll show you. Very, very easy. Hey, it goes together really easy. But when you use it, it does get black. So probably should have wore gloves. But, oh well. It'll all come out in the wash. All right, I'm going to go get this set up. All right. Oh, I don't want to touch my pants. All right. All right, so we're all set up over there. You can see the fire maple grill. I don't want to make a fire directly on the ground because, as you can see it right around the edges there when I dug down, it's about 8 inches of peat, just disintegrated ground, vegetation and stuff. So I got to be very cautious because if you build a fire directly on that, it could be put out on top, but it could be traveling underneath the ground. So always be cautious of that. So I'm glad I've got this fire maple thing. We'll build a fire on that. We'll keep it up off the ground, and we'll douse it with a lot of water when we're all done. All right. Yeah, so you can see we got our wood and also our fire maple and our fire starter. Now, what we're going to use is our Bigfoot Bushcraft fire plugs. I'll show you that when we get a little closer. But yeah, this is great. Nice breeze blowing through, and I don't think the wind's going to get too bad that we can't have a fire, but I don't want to have a fire yet. I want to wait till it gets dark. That'll be great for that. We'll make our dessert, but I think we'll give it a little bit of time. I'm still full from dinner. Yeah. All right. But we're all cleaned up, and I'm going to put my spoon away until we got time for dessert. Yeah, it's getting blue skies again. You can see it through the trees there. Yeah, it's looking nice. Yeah, you can see my center guy line runs right over this tree right here. Yeah. All right, that's the one guy line, so that's all nice and taut. And we're not expecting any more rain tonight. Look at that ground cover down there. Yeah, the phone's showing it a lot brighter than it actually is. But I'm going to go ahead and hang out here. I'm going to get ready to make my dessert a little bit later. I think I'm going to wait for about an hour. And then once it gets dark, we'll go ahead and get our fire going. All right. Talk to you later. Yeah, I walked over to a little clearing. Check out the sky. Yeah, I'm looking at the radar and it says it's going over us or around us, but man, those skies look rough. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get back to camp quick and hurry up and make dessert. All right, so yeah, those clouds are looking bad. It probably looks a lot lighter in the camera than it is right now. So I might get my light out and hang it up on the ridge line now so that we have it when it gets even darker. But I'm going to get the burner set up. I'm going to grab our dessert. And like I said, we're having the Louisiana Crunch Cake 2.0 pineapple upside down cake. All right, I'll show you how to make it. All right, I hear a little bit of rain on the tarp. It's just, I think we're on the outside edge of it. But this is our dessert. I'm going to lay it out on the table and I'll show you everything that's in the bag. Let's see. Let me get it open. So this has a little clip. If you're not familiar with dry bags, you can fill them pretty much and then just roll them down. They stay sealed, but you got to get one of the nice things when you pack it in your backpack, fold it over and get all the air out of it before you roll it up, or else it'll be like a balloon. Yeah. All right. So let me get it all out and I'll lay it on the table and I'll tell you what each item is, because we're going to make one of the best desserts known to mankind. All righty, so this is the legendary Tony's Random Adventures 2.0 pineapple upside down Louisiana crunch cake. All right, so how you make it, all right, so you're going to need a burner, you're going to need a titanium cup. Now in this jar I mixed butter, cinnamon, and brown sugar. All right, now we're not going to use all that. That's for a couple of them. Then the double pack of pineapples. Then we want to throw in the Marcion cherries and a little bit of the juice. And then lastly, we top it off with our Louisiana crunch cake. All right, and that fits perfectly right down in the center. I'll show you that, but let's get to cooking. All right, definitely getting windy. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to get our butter and cinnamon mixture out of that jar into the cup, and then we're going to go ahead and pour our pineapples in before we even stick it on top of the flame, because this cooks very fast in the titanium cup. So there's our brown sugar, butter, and combo. So we're just going to give a good little scoop in there. All right, and then we got our pineapples. All right, so this little snack pack here of pineapples, pouring the juice out in the lid, pour it all in. Everything goes in. And then we want to get a little bit of these Marcion cherries and some of the juice. Now my spoon doesn't fit inside of here. Nope. So I've got to use the back end of the spoon, get a cherry in there and some of the juice. Let's go with 2 cherries. All right, we'll go with 3. Yeah. When you're making it, you're the chef. You can do what you want to do. All right. So I'm going to get my cherries put away. All right. So once you do that, well, then you want to mix it up a little bit. Get that butter mixed around in there, because that juice is going to boil. And we want it to boil that butter. And we don't want to have a big old clump of butter in there. But when you mix that cinnamon and the brown sugar together, it really does good. All right, we'll go ahead and set it on there. We'll clean up our mess here real quick. Get our lid back on our butter, cinnamon mixture, and brown sugar. Man, that's what makes it good. Now, it is not going to take long for that to boil. Just keep an eye on it, stir it a little bit. Now, the nice thing about this cup is we're going to eat it right out of the cup. So here's the Louisiana crunch cake. Let's go ahead and open that and get it ready. Oh, look at that crunch cake. All righty. So check on this. It's starting to bubble in there. You can see it's pretty slurpy in there, but it's steaming. All right, I'm going to stick it back on the burner. It was boiling a little too much. I want to make sure it wasn't sticking on the bottom. But we want to let that go for just about a minute yet. All right, so it is boiling in there. So this Louisiana crunch cake, you just drop it in upside down, push it down in there, and if it flips over, don't worry about it. It all tastes the same, right side up or right side down. So just give it a quick pull. Then go ahead and turn the burner off, because it is boiling. Oh, I always turn it the wrong way. All right, so we're going to turn that off and just cover it and let it soak up those juices, and it'll be ready in about a minute. All right, so we're going to pull that off. So it's been sitting on there for about a minute. To make this whole thing, it takes about 3 minutes, 3 or 4. Depends on how quick you are getting all your stuff together. All right, so I am going to take a spoonful of this. Oh, look at that. Oh, come on, focus it. It's not going to focus. No. All right. So that's the Louisiana Crunch Cake, pineapple upside down cake, Random Adventures 2.0 style. All right. So this is, I found the Louisiana Crunch Cakes at a Walmart when I was stealth camping outside of a Walmart. You can go back and find that one. It's, it would be after my stroke. It's probably the second Walmart that I was at after my stroke. So it was about a year, little over a year ago. And I walked into Walmart looking for something to show as a dessert. And I came up with the Louisiana Crunch Cake. I saw that, and I went outside and ate it next to the trash can, threw the box away, and talked to you guys and said, man, I can't figure out the taste of it. And since then, it's evolved into figuring out what's the best thing to put with it. And so far, pineapple upside down cake is the go-to. All right, so that's why I had a shirt made. So Louisiana Crunch Cake, Random Adventures 2.0, and you can get a shirt if you want. It's in our merch store, and that's down in the description below. I always have all that down there. All right, so I think it's cooled off enough for me to taste it. Oh, I already know what it tastes like, and I'm looking forward to it. Man, I haven't had this for a while. I haven't. I think the last time I ate this was when Memorial Day, when I made it for Camp Gourmet. Him and I did a camp together, and I made the Louisiana Crunch Cake for him to see if it got his approval. Yeah, it did. That got his approval, and so did Hammock camping. He was only ever a tent camper. And after he slept in a hammock for the first time that night out with me, we set up 2 hammocks between the trees, had American flag hanging in the center, and he went home and he ordered one. And he actually ordered a ONEWIND too, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah. Stop talking and start eating. All right. Man. You have got to try this. If you have never tried this, you got to do it. It's a great camping meal. I'm going to be making it for 2 guys that I'm going to be camping with end of September. Oh, early October. So that's in the works. It's planning. All right. I didn't get to make one for either of them when I went to visit both of them. One I visited in New York, and one I went all the way halfway across the United States to visit. And I didn't make either of them a Louisiana Crunch Cake. I want to do it when we're all 3 there camping together. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and eat this, and I'll talk to you in a little while. All right. See you in a bit. Oh, this is good. Man, I love this better than chocolate. No, I like chocolate. Yeah, so I put the backpack in there, and it's in for the night. You can hear it drizzling. It's hitting the tarp right above our head. Yeah. All right. So it's not raining hard enough that it's going to get our wood wet. So I got our wood just on the inside of the tarp, but we should be good. But I want to wait till it gets a little darker. All right. So I'll bring it back on when it gets dark. Maybe like this. All right. So we're back. All right. It's definitely dark. So time to get the fire started. I got my light on up there, and we got our fire pit all over there. So it is windy, but it's not as windy that we won't be able to have a fire. So I've got the bush crap. Oh, that's bright. Bush, Bigfoot bushcraft fire starter. So that's what we're going to use to get our fire started. If you haven't seen these or used these yet, they are amazing. So they last for 5 minutes. I've never had a problem starting a fire with one of these. Yeah, you just crack it open. Now, it's down in the description if you want to get any, but I just twist them around like this, break all the fibers open, and then because we don't have our lighter, we're going to go ahead and use our fire striker, and that's a Bigfoot bushcraft fire striker, same one I used at that rendezvous that I was at. It's a great fire starter. All right, and fire striker. All right, so you just want to break the outside coating. I did a review on these, and then after the review, I actually soaked it in a water bottle, poured it out into a tray, and then lit it. And then I was sold after that. So I break it apart. So you just flare it out because you want your spark to hit that and ignite. All right, so I'll meet you over there. All right. All right, so as you know, we're not going to have very much light, so I'm just going to lay that in the firebox tray in our fire maple, and then I'm going to get our fire striker out here. Once I got an Olight old bulb over there, and I've got this light behind me, but let's go ahead and get this started so we can get our fire going. Go. All right, so I've got a little bundle here of twigs and some dry pine needles that I had. Now that's a fire. Right? So, yeah, nothing like sitting by a fire in the woods and listening to all the crickets and different things. And yeah, very, very nice, very relaxing. It's as relaxing as rain. Well, almost, right? So I'm almost done with all my sticks. We're just gonna let this burn down, but yeah, I'm not going to go get any more because I don't want this to be burning when I go to bed because there's a lot of pine needles in the area. Like I said, I'm going to let this fire burn out. Whatever's in the little fire maple stove is what's going to be in there. And we're just going to let it burn out, and then we're going to go hop in the hammock and call it a night. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let the hammock down. That fire is almost out. So I'm going to take this twisty tie off. Alrighty, so we got the hammock down. I'm going to go ahead and crawl in here. So remember, this is bottom entry, so I'm going to go ahead and climb in, and I will talk to you in the hammock. We're going to hit the hay. That fire's all out. Yeah, just a couple little glowing embers, but they're very small. All right, so I'll see you in the hammock in a minute. Alrighty, so we are in the hammock for the night, and I am feeling very comfortable. Yeah, so I went ahead and turned out that big light out back, and I've just got the Olight old bulb in here, so that's what I'm using right now. But yeah, I want to say thanks a lot for coming along, and I will see you in the morning. This has been a great camp, really enjoyable, very relaxing. We had rain, we had a fire, we had Thai chili, so yeah, and we had a Louisiana crunch cake, yeah, woo! All right, so yeah, it's not every day you get to eat a Louisiana crunch cake. but I don't eat them at home. I only eat them when I camp sometimes. Yeah. All right. So very comfortable. I am laying flat. I would say I'm laying it, my head's at like 1 o'clock. If you look at it on a dial of a clock. So 1 o'clock, and then my feet would be at about 7. Yeah, I'd say 7 o'clock. So I'm laying kind of diagonal. So yeah, very, very comfortable. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to call it a night. And I want to say thanks again for coming along, and I will see you in the morning. All righty. All right. What do we say? Lights out. All right. Good night. Have a good one. All right. Lights out. Okay, here we are. What a great night that was. I woke up a little while ago, um, just as the sun was coming through the trees there, and I just was laying here and listening to the birds and the pine needles hitting the tarp, and what a relaxing morning. Yeah, no, it was a great night. The hammocks. This is the most comfortable hammock I've been in since I've been hammock camping. I am just amazed how nice and flat and rolling over and stuff that I can get. This bug net's worked out great. It really has. Not a single bug got in here last night. Nope. All right. Well, I'm going to get up and make a cup of coffee and yeah, just hang out for a little while and then break camp down. All right. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Oh, man. I tell you, I sleep amazing in that. I get up in the morning, my back doesn't hurt. I should talk to Miss 2.0 and see if I can set this up in the bedroom, right? All right. Because when I get out of bed in the morning, my back hurts. It's something else. But in a hammock, it's not. It's crazy. All right, so I got to get the backpack out of the ONEWIND, get the coffee going. All right. Well, let me put the bug net up. Get it out of the way. Get my little twisty tie. Okay, we'll let that water boil, or not boil, but get hot. Hot enough so we can still drink it. All right, man, I'm glad I had this Bigfoot Bushcraft my fire striker with me in this bag, because this is the 55 Osprey bag that I have. I've been taking the 36 out, but I decided to bring the 55 out, and I'm glad I had this in there, because we'd have been in a little bit of trouble there, because I wouldn't have had something to light our fire with. All right, so what are we having? Well, I was going to have oatmeal. Don't think I'm going to have oatmeal. Not really hungry this morning. I can eat later. But I am going to have this Folgers coffee single. It's like a tea bag, but it's got coffee. All right. So I'm going to have that. Then I'm going to work on getting our fire pit broke down and cleaned up and get all of our stuff packed away. All right, here we go. Okay, our coffee's all done. Yeah, it is. What a beautiful morning this is. All right, so this is that coffee single. So this is the same cup I made the Louisiana crunch cake, pineapple upside down cake in last night, and I didn't clean it out real good. So this it might taste like Louisiana. That we'll see. Smells like it a little bit. I can taste it. Yeah, pretty good. Maybe I'll make a new flavor. Right. All right. Yeah, it was nice that it rained last night. Early in the evening. Well, I guess it wasn't too early in the evening, but it gave it enough time. Everything's dried out. I'm going to be able to just put it right in my bag, not have to worry about drying it out later. Yeah. So I'm just going to sit here and drink the coffee and listen to the sounds of the forest and just chill. Yep. Just chill out. Yeah. And we'll get packed up and I hate to leave. I would hang out a little longer, but Miss 2.0's got work today, so she's going to be going to work. I want to make sure I get home, catch her before she leaves, and say hi and talk a little bit. All right. So I'm going to drink my coffee and sit here and relax for a little bit. All right. So there's camp. I'm going to break it all down, and I will talk to you as we get ready to hike on out of here. All right. I will see you in a second. All righty. All righty. So that is it. That's our camp right back there, all cleaned up. Everything went great. It all packed back in the pack, and I think we're ready to get out of here. All right. Well, you know what's next. How about we cue the music? Ah, there it is. Alrighty. So, hey, I want to say thanks a lot for coming along. Remember, it's just one adventure at a time. And hey, if you can't get out and have your own adventure, keep coming along with me. I think we're having an awesome time. And if you didn't hit like and subscribe yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that notification bell as well. That way you'll know anytime we're going to do a random adventure, you'll get notified, all right? Because I'd love to have you come along again. All right. Well, all we got to do is hike on out of here. I will see you on the next random adventure. All right. Take care. Have an awesome week, and we'll see you on the next one. All right. See ya. Oh, wait. Stop the music. All right. Hey, I forgot to say Tony. Tony 2.0 out. All right. Go ahead with the music again. All right.